That's what it's about. Gathering together outside of the regular 7 day Sabbath. All right. Being able to know each other outside of that 7 day Sabbath. All right. Because look at the sign of the times. Look what's going on. All right. Every single day of the week, things are progressing more and more towards famine and wars upon the earth. All praises. All right, Israel. Most High Christ bless y'all. Good to see everybody. Um, this class was basically going off the vein of what leadership been going over, and just the times we in. And the class is called Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves out of your comfort zone. All right, gather yourselves out of your comfort zone. So I want y'all to meditate on that. Why would the class be called Gather Yourselves Out of Your Comfort Zone? It's called that because it's easy to come together on the Sabbath. It's easy to come together on the feast days, and it's easy to come together on the feast days and be able to turn it up and pass the trophy, to the brother or the sister side. You know what I mean? That's easy because ain't no tribulation going on. All right. But imagine where you have a time where there's a family that is a family of three, and compared to a family just one single brother, and ain't nobody eaten the last 3 days, and we have to come in here and perform Acts 4, where distribution was made according to everybody's need. That ain't no comfortable zone to be in. To let leadership say, no, this family gets a more bigger bag of food than you get. You understand? Because we trying to ration out the food and not just, you understand what I'm saying? It ain't like, well, hey, this brother got a big beard. We got to give him a big bag of food. No, it don't work like that. You understand? So the Most High is showing us in these last days that majority of Zephaniah 2:1 is going to be happening outside of our comfort zone. All right. For example, I want everybody to meditate on what I'm about to say. Let's say that you knew that you was gonna have a flat on Friday. I'll just say Friday, right? Coming up, just hypothetically, you knew you was gonna have a flat on Friday, and you knew a Pacific brother or sister that was gonna be able to help you, right? Help you on that Friday. Meaning what? Maybe you ain't have a tire jack. Maybe you didn't have the iron, what is that called? The tire iron to, yeah, the four-way tire iron. You didn't have the proper one, or maybe you didn't have one. Or maybe your spare for some reason had a flat on it. But you knew who was gonna help you. You knew the day that they was gonna help you. And that brother or that sister, would you take them out to lunch to repay them? Or have it do something nice for them? Would you? Raise your hand if you would. All right. Well, you can put your hand down. Why you don't take them out to lunch anyway? why why you don't do something nice for them anyway? You know what I'm saying? They got to do something for you first. You understand? We so accustomed to putting our hands out for a trade out, looking for something in return, instead of saying, "What can I do for you?" You understand? And being on the side of the road ain't no comfort zone. You know what I mean? That when you in need, you want everybody to come to the rescue. You put it on the telegram. You want brothers to have sirens installed on their vehicle to pull up to get you off the freeway. You understand? But meanwhile, you thinking about, man, I'm gonna take care of you when I see you. Man, I appreciate you. You was there for me, bruh. But then meanwhile, how about be there for a brother or sister anyway? You understand? Let's start with our foundation precept, Zephaniah 2:1. Read that for me.
This is the check. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
You see, the scriptures say, "O nation not desired," meaning what? O nation that's hated amongst the earth. All right. So that's what it's about. Gathering together outside of the regular seventh day Sabbath. All right. Being able to know each other outside of that 7 day Sabbath. All right. Because look at the sign of the times. Look what's going on. All right. Every single day of the week, things are progressing more and more towards famine and wars upon the earth. This week, a new variant came out, and it's before the sun went down, something told me, my spirit told me, hey, look up in the sky real quick. Before I looked up, said, how much sun we got left? I looked up and I seen a whole bunch of trails of them spraying that crap. I said, uh-oh, everybody gonna start getting headaches, because it be happening. All of a sudden they be spraying them chemicals. All of a sudden everybody start getting headaches, and brothers start talking about they sick and all this other stuff. I don't know if y'all been noticing it, but we be talking about, we like, did y'all notice that? Hey, everybody better gird up on the ginger. You better be girding up on your orange juice. They spraying again, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So that's showing us that what in these last days we have to strive to be able to come together, right? So now let's go to Sirach 29 and verse 20. All right.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 20. Help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
You see that? It says, help thy neighbor according to thy power, and beware lest thou fall into the same. So what does that mean? Have measure when you helping people. Don't give, if you got your last $10, you don't give your last $10 and say, nah, I need help. Hey, leadership, can I get some help? I gave my last 10. I was helping somebody. I gave my last $10 to this brother. Well, you didn't have the strength to help nobody. You understand? You could have gave them a portion of that, but you can't give them the whole amount. Then now you in the same. Read that part again.
Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
Come on.
And beware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
Right. So watch this. I want y'all to meditate on something out of your comfort zone. A lot of brothers and sisters, I know I'm gonna cut some people, but it is what it is. We just got to bring it out. A lot of brothers and sisters stay and live above their means. And those same situations that you put yourself in is the reason why some of them ain't here right now. They tired. They just got through working 2 jobs. Some brothers and sisters running Uber Eats right now, DoorDash, running everything, trying to get caught up on these bills and make up for these bad decisions you made. But I'm gonna tell you something. You better be thanking the Most High if you made those bad decisions and you able to still serve the Most High. Because some brothers and sisters make these bad decisions and you don't ever see them around. It's not that they don't love the Most High. It's bad decisions, managing money and funds and trying to live above your means that got them in the predicament they're in now. You understand? So let's remember what we read. It said, read it again, verse 20.
Help thy neighbor according to thy power.
Come on.
And beware that thou thyself fall not into the same.
Come on. So watch this. We talked about lending your neighbor $10 when it came to, don't give them the whole 10. All right, that's on a small scale. But what about a brother or a sister and a sister, whatever the case, that needed help when it came to living arrangements or needing help with a long-term help? How many brothers and sisters able to step out their comfort zone and help people like that? All right? Because at the end of the day, remember this eviction moratorium about to be over. And I ain't talking about, some brother that just walked in the door, some sister that just walked in the door. A lot of Israel got to shake that old man spirit off of them and also and still be converted. Those people, you want to give them a little bit of time. But people that's been in here for a while, striving on a consistent basis, then guess what? The Most High dealing with them when we have to start to think about the limits that we can help each other. All right, not just saying, "Well, I give you $20 from afar," but what about long term help to help one another? All right, because in these last days, what you're gonna find out is read verse 21.
Verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame.
Now, these are the things that Israel's gonna be needing help in these last days. All right, why do you think they put them two verses together like that? Because it's gonna be times and seasons in the near future where we're gonna have to help one another. So how much the more that we should make sure we show ourselves friendly, because you never know who gonna be able to help you next week or help you next month. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. A little story. One time I was people who don't know, I deal with 18 wheelers. So one time I was at a destination and I parked there and just went to sleep. And I woke up and I had a flat. I got out the truck and I was like, "Yo!" And basically I was real close to the ground and I looked at my front tire and I said, "Oh man, my front tire is flat as I don't know what." And I said, "Hey, who's in this area on the telegram? Hey, whoever's in this area that can help me, I need help. Reach out to me if you're free." And Officer Boaz called me. And I said, "Brother, can you help me?" He said, "Yeah, I'll help you." He said, "Man, I got an account at an 18-wheeler place. I need it." I said, "Bro, could you bring the tire?" So on and so forth. He brought the tire. I had a tire company come out and put it on. But long story short, I became friends with the brother after that. You know what I'm saying? Not because, I'm like, "Hey, this brother can help me. Let me see what I can use off this brother." No, it was because I said I never really knew this brother on that level other than outside of the Sabbath. You understand? So that's what made me befriend the brother. And, basically, I tried to look out for him. He tried to look out for me here and there. But these are small stories that we got to be able to hold to ourselves and say, "Look, one day we're going to need help one day." All right. And that help might be on a minor scale. It might be on a major scale. But it's twofold, because if somebody help you like that, don't abuse the help. Don't abuse the help. All right. Continue.
Verse 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
Come on.
Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
You see that? Now that's humility. And I'm going to show you why that's humility. Some brothers and sisters would rather go stay in an apartment complex, an apartment that they charge you $2,000 a month for, $1,800 a month. They got a gym, they got they give you air, and they got a car wash and vacuum at the front. I'm telling you, they got state-of-the-art cameras, all this other stuff. You'd rather stay there instead of saying to yourself, "Okay, what's the most less crime in the cheapest place that I can stay in with my family so I can grind up and get me a place that I can say is mine?" That's why read verse 22 again.
Verse 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house.
You know what's heavy about that? Let's talk about renting too. Because now you ain't never gonna own that, but you paying it. And guess what? Somebody mortgage getting paid off. That mortgage on that giant apartment complex, you making somebody rich. But we have to understand and say to ourselves, the scriptures is letting you know you need bread, water, and shelter, and having a mean cottage is okay. Why would the Most High tell us that? We want us to live like bums? No. Guess what? When your bills is low, we see you more. I don't know if y'all heard me. When your bills is low, we see you more. Because what? You out actually, instead of, hey, on the telegram, hey, who free? Who want to go eat lunch or whatever? Hey, who free? I'm having a home cooked meal, so on and so forth. Or you got to bond with a couple of brothers that you see on the Sabbath. Hey, brother, come on through for dinner. You understand? You think that leadership is going to see a picture of some sisters having dinner together with their family, or brothers having dinner together with their family, going to say, Man, look at these wicked ass brothers. They don't know each other. How dare you have this brother at your house? No, we're gonna say all praises. That's what you call family. You see what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it's become a regular event. I'm gonna start feeling jealous. I'm gonna say, hey, when the next year how y'all coming together? Hey, can I come? I'll bring a dish. You know what I'm saying? You understand? That's family right there. But when these type of moments ease us into the time to be able to help one another, all right? Meaning um the minor invitations and hospitality can help ease us into the factor or the point when we start to really need each other. All right. So let's continue. Verse 23.
Verse 23. Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
Come on.
For it is a miserable life to go from house to house. For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth.
So we know that's also that's majority talking about living with somebody. All right. But at the same time, too, imagine 1 year lease here, another 1 year lease here. Moving here, somebody stay on top of you. And also, all you hear is the kids playing. You're like, man, upstairs neighbor got some badass kids. You hitting it with a broom. Yeah. I remember. I'm gonna tell y'all another story. I remember one time I stayed in these apartments, and I had two neighbors, two Jakes. They was cool. The brother was probably 6'3", 300 pounds, and his wife was about about y'all already know where this is going. His wife was about, I don't know, 5'9", I don't know, 200, I don't know. But the point is, every once in a while they had a metal bed. It was horrible. I said, man, I'm about to break this up. Don't even think about it. I'm trying to sleep. The point is like you get yourself in that predicament when you rent. You understand? Or like a few times I stayed in some apartments, and when I came home from school, it was like the police and the SWAT was kicking in the door to my next door neighbor. And I'm like, yo, they like, stay down there. We serving a warrant. Or they like, hey, little boy, you seen this man before? I'm like, I don't want to say because I see him every day. The point is like you stand next to fugitives. So we have to understand the misery when it comes to not owning, and also to getting ourselves in a predicament where we're not able to well, we stay in that reoccurring situation. There's nothing wrong with, we all gonna have tribulation. I'm gonna go through that. But the point is like I'm talking about where you purposely go in this vicious cycle. You overspend, you overindulge, you live outside of your means, and then you suffer behind it years and years later, or it takes you some time to get out of that jam. And really the time of that jam expires, but you still go back and re-sign into something similar to it all over again. It's a vicious cycle. We have to stop it. All right, we have to. All right, continue reading.
Verse 24. For it is a miserable life to go from house to house. For where thou art a stranger, thou darest not open thy mouth. Thou shalt entertain and feast and have no thanks. Moreover, thou shalt hear bitter words.
So that's it. So that's showing you that what? We have to be mindful and try our best to be on our own. And I'm going to tell you a solution to that, because, I'm talking about a problem, but think about it in these last days. Being able to come together with, let's just say a family had some land. Let's just say a family had 10 acres of land. And imagine them putting a small home on the corner of their land, or maybe two small homes on each side of their land. It's got their own driveway on both sides. You don't even have to see each other. Or maybe you see them once a week. Y'all all come together, eat dinner. But the point is, imagine that person that owned that land and they was wise with their money and they had the finance where they wasn't hurting. And they said, look, I got a program going on. I'm going to help you and your family for a year. Just pay me $200 a month. That's That's electricity. That's everything. Water. Because I got my own land. I got a well. I got my own land. The house you living in is solar. You understand? And being able to say, give me $200 a month for 1 year. The only stipulation I ask is when you come out of my house or out for this rental property, that you and your family done fix y'all credit and y'all trying to get a house. That's the only stipulation. And when that year's up, another family come. But do me right. Take care of my stuff. You understand? Now that's coming out your comfort zone, looking out for one another. But Israel got to be mindful. You got to deserve stuff like that. Meaning, be in the fear of the Most High. Be here. Because if you ain't here, everybody see you just so often. How can we really vouch for you to say what type of person you are? You understand? So now, that goes into my next topic, or my next precept. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. All right, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Okay, read it again.
For wisdom is a defense.
So the scriptures is letting you know. So y'all know wisdom is the performance of the law. All right, come on.
And money is a defense.
You see that? And it says, and money is a defense. So what does that mean? Our forefathers had a common understanding the power that money had. All right. Money in this world, in our carnal understanding, means save up what you have and leave every penny in the bank and live on, like, basically do what you got to do to live, but you put the majority of your money in the bank and let it sit there. Right? But that money could be used as a defense. Meaning what? You could pay off a car note. You know, you could have a mistake and say, you know what? I should have never got this car. I'm in it now. Let me see what I could do. Let me sacrifice and pay off this car. And I got to turn off this Netflix thing. I got to turn off this cable thing. I'm not watching no cable anyway. You understand? Let me downgrade something. You understand? Something. Let me make sure these lights are off at a certain amount of a certain time at night in this household, or so on and so forth. Or you know what? I ain't gonna be able to go out twice a week to eat no more. You know what I mean? So it's different sacrifices that we can make to make our money work for us. All right. But in this world, our people are ignorant to that. That's what Esau does. He has LLCs and C corps, and he writes off everything. The clothes he wear on the 7 days of the week is all written off as uniforms. But our people don't know that. Our people think, well, let me just put my money in the bank. Let me go live over my means, and then I'll go to the payday loan place and go get a loan, and I'll be in a jam. And you'll never get out of that loan. You'll be in that loan for at least about 6 months. You just pay like an extension to just keep it going. I'm telling you. And the Edomites that own that place, they ain't never seen one of them loans in their life. They money worked for them. They used their money and invested and bought that payday loan place. But instead, we don't know how to use our money as a defense. Read it again.
For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
So now I'm going to drop something heavy on y'all. Listen up what I'm about to say. The money that we have, that we come in contact with and the income that we have and that comes in contact in, it's like a chess move. We have to make wise decisions and wise moves with it, so that money can free us up from the things that we constantly have to pay in this captivity. Meaning that money is used to not go live like the Joneses, but live very minimal, where you could be able to keep the Sabbath. All right. That money is used where you don't have to go run and grab 2 jobs. You can make it out to camp with the brothers, or you can make it to MOV, or the sisters. You can make it to the sewing committee thing, or whatever the sisters got going on, the Titus 2s and so forth, or some sisters coming together to go out to eat. You can actually make it because you live within your means. You're not living like you understand? The money that you have is to free you from captivity. The best we can be, meaning a very modest life, not you living like, like you see some sister at your job that you trying to keep up with. You don't know what her money looking like, and you don't know how long it took her to get where she at. You don't know the husband that she have, or what type of money or family got, or what type of wise decision she made when to get to the point she at, but you trying to keep up with her. Or likewise, a brother. You see some dude at the job and he got this nice car. You don't even know what he did to do that. So at the end of the day, our money is to make sure our money is supposed to be used for us to free us up in this captivity where we can serve the Most High more. All right. For example, you start a business and all of a sudden, let's just say you made $30,000 every year. You start a business and your business starts to make $100,000, 6 figures a year. Why you making 6 figures? Is it a wise move to go grab more bills? Oh, I make 6 figures now. I'm about to go get me that Hellcat that I always wanted. You know what I'm saying? I am of the tribe of Judah. I gotta have a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Brother, you wicked, right? You got the devil. You being covetous right now, brother. The Lord bless you with a business, not for you to be a millionaire, but you can serve the Most High. The Most High bless you with a business, and you shouldn't be going to the Lord talking about, Lord, please, I want to send a prayer. Heavenly Father, give me a business. Let me start a business so I can get me a Hellcat and I could outshine Moab at the job. You know what I'm saying? Lord, please hear my prayers. The Lord ain't hearing that prayer. When you talking about, Heavenly Father, please look out for me so I can keep my beard. They want me to shave my beard at this job, and I just want to keep your commandments. Please let me open up something that I could say, that I could walk in and somebody can't say, you fired today. Or a sister at the job, they always harassing the sister about her head cover or her dress or whatever the case. Side note, sisters ain't gotta wear a head cover every day now. Some sisters just wear it because they don't want to do nothing with their hair. But that's another topic. But anyways, but look, at the end of the day, think about it. You can end up doing something for yourself on a level to look out for yourself, to say, look, the Most High blessed me with a business so I could be able to serve him. You understand? Or bless me with a business so not only will I maintain my business and be able to have that freedom, but now when somebody's in need, I could be able to help them, help the body. You understand? I can increase on my arms to be able to make sure that brother or sister that's trying to get out the jam that I was in a long time ago, that I could be able to help them. But meanwhile, our mindset is so stuck on what we absorb in this captivity. All right. And we got to come out of that. All right. So now, let's go to Sirach 38 and 24. Then after that, I got a video.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Wait. Read that part again.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
What that mean? That if you have time, you get wisdom. So if your time is spent on overtime because you didn't know that, you was trying to keep up with the Joneses, or you just say, well, I make more money, I guess it's time for me to buy more stuff. Then now you in this vicious cycle. You made more money, but you still in the same predicament. I thought you made more money to get out this predicament. Man, I need to make some more money. I'm always behind on my bills. Then next thing you know, the money come in, you like, man, I need a new bill. You know what I'm saying? And it's a vicious cycle. But meanwhile, the scripture just said, read it again.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Mm-hmm.
And he that had little business shall become wise.
You see that? So think about it. It ain't talking about you got a little business, meaning, entrepreneurship. It's talking about you got little business, meaning you got spare time. You understand? You should become wise, all right? Because that's how you're going to be able to excel in this truth. All right? Come on.
Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
You see that? So you always working at, you work your regular job, then now you work at Amazon Prime, I mean, you work at Amazon. You know, I heard it's like working in Egypt over there, man. I heard you can't even if you use the bathroom too long. Some buttons still, some alarm start going off. Anybody ever work at Amazon? Heard that before? Or if you move it too slow or something, your boss come over there and say, "Hey, what you doing?" They got computer, huh? They started a union. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay. Wow. So I don't know y'all ever seen them gifs or them memes where they talking about Amazon workers and they be having them whips behind their back. That's how y'all get that stuff the next day. We was about to order some frankincense and myrrh. It said it was gonna be here in 30 minutes. Nah, I was kidding. And you know, it's our people that was gonna fulfill that order. You know what I'm saying? So this the point that we maintain in this world. You can't do two things. You can't serve the Most High while you on the clock over at Esau. But guess what? Sometimes you get some studying in if you got your own business. You could be doing your thing with your business, and you could take a quick break. You could say, I need to take a break real quick. Ain't nobody behind me gonna tell me I'm fired. Let me get my study on real quick. You understand? Long as you make your money, because when you working for yourself, it ain't about clocking in. You could work 80 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? You work for free sometimes, but you got time for the Most High. You understand? That's the important thing. All right? Come on. Continue.
How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the God, that driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of the bullocks? He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder. So every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great variety, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and to watch to finish a work. The smith also sitting by the anvil, and considering the ironwork, the vapor of the fire wasted his flesh, and he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh. He sitteth his mind to finish his work, and watcheth to polish it perfectly. So doeth the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel about with his feet, who is always carefully set at his work, and maketh all his work by number. He fashioneth the clay with his arm, and boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself to lead it over, and is diligent to make clean the furnace.
So now I want y'all to know something about all these crafts that they just mentioned. All these crafts, these are different. These are men that's overwhelmed, or sisters as well, overwhelmed with their job. When they get off, all they thinking about is their job. They come in here, they like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had this going on at the job, so on and so forth. Brothers going over precepts. Hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This precept, I was looking for this one precept, and the brother like, man, at my job, this and brother's like, man, bro, man, I know you do this for a living. What is there anything else you always talk about? I don't ever hear you talk about no precepts, just talking about your job, bro. You understand? And that's why you notice it say, let me see. I'll look at verse 29, the latter part. He said, "Who's always carefully set on his job at his work." You understand? And maketh all his work by number. So all he focusing on is productivity, making sure that everything is perfect, just like the man that deal with the clay, dealing with the perfecting of the clay. So it's a lot of labor going into vanity. All right, that's what we going over right here. All right, because here we go. You're gonna work on all this stuff, but this place is slowly collapsing, and this place gonna be at the end gonna be burned up. All right, come on.
Verse 31. All these trust to their hands, and every one is wise in his work. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. They shall not be sought out for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment. They cannot declare justice and judgment, and they shall not be found where parables are spoken.
Wow. It just said that they shall not be found where parables are spoken. So that means when leadership is dropping different gems or whatever the case, or that means that Judgment is needed. Leaders are needed in this nation, in this body, because this is your true profession. All right? Not your, whatever you used to do in the world, that ain't your true profession. This is your true profession. All right? Likewise, you sisters, you must be converted to understand what it means to be an Israelite woman in these last days, because it's a very heavy influence on our sisters in this wicked place. I'm telling you, you have to constantly be reset. Our men, yeah, you got to be reset. It's a lot of temptation, but our sisters is a lot of witchcraft to go against them, whether they realize it or not. The war against Eve is still going on. All right. So continue.
Verse 34. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft.
You see that? So it said they will maintain the state of this world. That doesn't mean that this world will maintain itself, because it's going to end. But it means that as this world is continuing, that person will be on the clock when Christ comes. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be clocking in. You're going to be on your own. You're going to be, I'm going to tell you something. Imagine this, y'all. This brother or this sister that's a workaholic, not by choice, but over time they became a workaholic, and the Lord became second because of bad decisions dealing with money and finance and dealing with living over their means. And guess what? Now, to be able to pay for their rent, you heard what I just said, right? They got to pay for their rent, that overpriced apartment they were living in. They have to work on the Sabbath. They got to get some overtime in. And you never know. That probably be the day Christ come. You know, the scriptures say he the Lord of the Sabbath. You never know when he's going to come. You know what I'm saying? So look, and he said, I was in the spirit on the Lord's day. You understand? So, hey man, it's something spiritual about the Sabbath being amongst believers. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Yeah. So we have to be mindful to make sure that we're doing everything we can to not be in that position if you're not in it now. Or start to look at our lives and look at our bills and our ins and outs and see what's a debt and what's a liability, and see what's an investment in future goals. Because investment in future goals come with sacrifice and pain. All right? There's nothing wrong with making 6 figures in Israel. You understand? It's about how you deal with it. How you don't let the 6 figures make you. You make it and you use it as a tool. You understand? It's good when you can just sneak off and spend a 1,000 or 2 and your wife don't even know. You like, is it in the budget? It's in the budget. We doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? You could treat yourself in Sirach and say, do good. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, though, you can't do good to yourself if you've been making bad decisions after bad decisions and you stuck in a heap. You understand? That's not a wise move. All right. So give me that video. Well, no, give me the I'll take the video first. The total debt to income. All right. Total debt, total income. Look, give me that. Understanding debt and income ratio. Give me that one.
Hi, I'm Ashley. Today we're going to talk about DTI, which stands for debt to income ratio. DTI at its most basic level is your total monthly debt divided by your total monthly income. For example, if your total debt is $2,000 per month and your total income is $5,000 per month, then your DTI is 40%. So why does DTI matter? With a lower DTI, you have access to more loan programs and more favorable loan terms. Have questions about your DTI? The best way to understand your debt to income ratio is to speak with an OVM financial loan expert. We can provide loan options and recommendations based on your personal financial situation.
But the point that I'm trying to show you is that continue to look at our finances, you must look at your debt to income ratio. You have to look at these things and say to yourself, these type of things will keep me out of even owning a house. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The rich, they don't look to own houses because they own so much income. I mean, properties and businesses and so on and so forth. They don't care where they stay. They don't really want no ties. Look at Elon Musk. He sold every house and property he got, all his possessions that he has, and went and moved in a $50,000 remanufactured home in South Texas to go stay right next to SpaceX. I don't know. Y'all know that? Y'all ever heard that? He the top billionaire in the whole planet, and he sold all his houses to go stay in a $50,000 house over in South Texas, right next to the launch site. Because he on a mission. He trying to get out of here. He know this place over. But that's a topic in itself. He trying to go. Right. Esau don't care what he do. But this the point though. We have to try our best to build houses and plant vineyards according to Jeremiah 29:4-5, right? So think about it. If you, let's just say, looking at that debt to income ratio, let's just say you barely made it. You like, they say, okay, let us type in your info, and you standing on the other side of the loan desk, talking about, please. They say, yeah, you passed. Then you like, whew. So then now they say, you approved for a $250,000 house. You like, yeah. And then next thing you know, your wife is like, okay, all right. Before you even get to the house, she looking at houses for $250,000. Yeah. You like, hey, sister. What about a $200,000 house instead? You know what I'm saying? Because what? Why you got to use the whole $250,000? Why you got to use the whole thing? They said you approved for the $250. Why you don't just look for $2 or $150? Oh, you want to keep up with the Joneses. Oh, I get it. That's why your kids always in at daycare. That's why if your wife went sick, that y'all house being on foreclosure. That's why you got this credit card and that credit card, and you say you just got it to build your credit, but you be buying groceries on that credit card. That ain't building no credit. That means you made some wrong decisions. That's why you got that credit card. That's why you got all this debt. Because meanwhile, you had the opportunity to make the right decision when it came to your debt to income was right. But you say, you know what? I gotta max it out. I gotta max that loan out. Instead of saying, let me see what I could get. Let me see what the houses look like under this. You know what I mean? And it look nice, then guess what? Then you could be able to get it and pay it off faster. Pay double the house note. Be finished it in no time. That's why the scriptures say money is a defense. Because if you able to pay that house off, now you ain't got no house note. You got the deed in your hand. You understand? You don't want to wait no 30-year mortgage. By the time you pay that, you done paid it about 5 times over. You done bought 5 houses. Meanwhile, you say to yourself, let me use wisdom. The scriptures say I need shelter, bread, and food and water. You understand? Ain't nobody saying you looking for a mean cottage. You looking for a house in Third Ward. You looking at the house of some crackhead stand next door. He's like, you about to buy that house? I was about to steal all the copper out last week, but I waited. I'm glad I waited. No, I ain't talking about moving to no area like that. You need a place, environment to raise your children. But we talking about being able to live within your means and not go crazy and not suffer behind it. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, especially I'm directing this towards you men. You men are leaders and guides of your house. You're the priest. And you must step up into that role and be that leader that the Most High commanded you. And also, too, you have to let facts go before emotions in times of major decisions. And the reason why I'm saying that, if you go and make an emotional decision along with your wife and go get yourself in debt or get your family in a jam, what's going to end up happening is when something happens, because something will happen. Give me Sirach 11 and 14. Something will happen. Some trial will happen. It will come. And that day, your wife and your children will look at you and say, you failed as being a leader because it's your fault being the head of the house that we are about to lose our home. You understand? And bro, she gonna be right. She gonna be right. You should have put your foot down in the beginning and said, sis, I know you love that one house, but tell you what, let's pay this one off, or let's go ahead and let's go for the lesser one, and we could be able to do what? Save up and start a business or something. Then we could look for a bigger house that our debt to income ratio where you understand. So I have to say that because I'm not saying that if your finances can't cover it, you can't get the $250,000 or whatever they say you approved for. But the point what I'm trying to say is some people go and sit down at that table and they say, man, your debt to income ratio is good. You could pay about 3 of these houses. You're like, okay, fine, I could get the loan then. So then you aggressively pay off that house. I'm talking about the brothers and sisters that just barely made it over. That debt to income ratio line is like some water sitting above your head. You like, did I make it? They're like, yeah, you got the loan. You like, whoo. You know what I'm saying? You understand? So now, let's go to, okay, read that.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 11, verse 14. Prosperity in adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
What the scripture just say? These are all the things that come of the Lord. I want you to imagine a bumpy road full of trials to push your faith. Trials that's gonna push you in either way. Trials that's gonna the Most High gonna purge certain things out of you and be able to pull you out of it and pull you out of certain things and give you an increase at the end. But you got to go through the trial. Remember Bishop Kanai's class? He said, "A fire on one side. How you gonna get to the kingdom if you can't go through the trials? Fire on one side, water on the right. How you gonna get through these things? If you don't go, how you gonna obtain the inheritance if you don't go through these things to be able to show yourself worthy to get it?" All right. So let's go to Job 19 and 14. I'm going to this precept to go right along in that vein of dealing with trials. I'm gonna tell you something. Dealing with trials, you have to be mindful because don't feel no kind of way when your trials come and the Most High is trying to purge something out of you. So guess what he does? He makes sure that you're going to have to go through them trials alone. That doesn't mean that the body or leadership ain't there for you on some level. But some of these trials, you're going to have to push through it yourself because the Most High going to move. The Most High going to put the spirit on everybody around you to give you some distance, give you some space to see how you handle that trial. Because the scriptures say you must work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. All right, read what you got.
This is the book of Job, chapter 19, verse 14. My kinfolk have failed, and my familiar friends have forgotten me. Verse 15. They that dwell in mine house and my maids count me for a stranger. I am an alien in their sight. I called my servant, and he gave me no answer. I entreated him with my mouth. My breath is strange to my wife, though I entreated for the children's sake of mine own body.
Come on.
Yea, young children despise me. I arose, and they spake against me. All my inward friends abhorred me. They whom I loved are turned against me. My bone cleaved to my skin and to my flesh, and I am escaped with the skin of my teeth.
So you know what's heavy about that? That's showing you that when a trial hits you, don't be confounded if friends ain't there, your wife is out the spirit. You like, sister, why you ain't supporting me right now? The Most High put the spirit on her because it's something that the Most High trying to purge you through, right? Come on.
Verse 21, have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God had touched me.
You see that? That's what, see with all these trials, everything that he going through, he said, for the hand of God have touched me, right? So remember that latter part in verse 20, he's dealing with what? Read it again.
And I am escaped with the skin of my teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I have pity upon me. Have pity upon me, O ye my friends, for the hand of God had touched me.
You see, come on.
Why do ye persecute me as God, and are not satisfied with my flesh?
You see that? So that's showing you that a lot of times the Most High will persecute us and try us with our flesh. Meaning what? The things that's around us in this world, whether it's our health, whether it's our family, friends, wife, children. You understand? So these are the type of things that we have to be mindful of. All right, come on.
Oh, how that my words were now written. Oh, that they were printed in a book.
Wow, that's. I don't know if y'all caught that. He said if Job knew that his trials was going to be documented by the Most High. That's for another topic. So, anyways, let's meditate on that. Trials are going to happen. We have to go through them. And as we go through them, the Most High is going to pull certain things out of us. So I want you to think about this. Jacob's trouble. That's what the time we in. Everywhere you go, shells are low. It's a struggle going on between America and China, whether it's dealing with parts and supplies, and also too dealing with commodities and so on and so forth. All right. Remember what happened with Trump right before he left office? It was a big rift dealing with China. He said, "No, we're not paying y'all extra. We're gonna pay at this amount, and that's it." And China was like, "No, this is what we need," so on and so forth. Because what? America slowly closed all their manufacturing, and there ain't nothing say made in USA no more. Everything say made in China now. So then now China feel like they got America by the testicles per se. But the thing is though, the Most High is the one that's designing all of this. All right, like all these perilous times that's happening. It's like a it's like a tug of war over power, over the power and rulership over the earth, dealing with commerce, but also too, at the end of the day, the Most High already called the shot, said that America gonna be over everything to the end. So let's go to, hold on. Let's go to Luke 12 and 16. So think about it. If nothing's left, here we go in this time of prosperity, meaning like these times have passed where America had its ups and downs. But now, if you have the funds to be able to do certain things, what did the Lord say? Does he say to hoard everything? Because you'll have a brother or sister that is financially able to help, but then they say to themselves, no, I'm finna help myself. I'm not finna help my nation. Because what? I want to make sure that I'm good. All right. In a time of a pandemic or famine and so on and so forth, that ain't the time for you to hoard for yourself. That's the time for you to gather together. Because to hoard for yourself, meaning you looking out for you. You think that yourself is going to get you out of this predicament. You and your money cannot get you out of this predicament that the Lord put in this whole nation in, even the whole world is going to go through this. All right, come on.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 16. And he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry.
See that? See this? Now, this guy right here, he was a greedy prepper. He said, I got everything. I got enough for years. He said, I'm rich. I'm going to tear down this storehouse that I got. I'm going to build a warehouse now to store all my stuff for me. Eat, drink, and be merry. All right? Imagine this man. Is he looking out for his people, his nation? No. He don't care about his people. And that's the mindset the Lord is letting us know not to move like that. But let's read on.
Verse 20. But God said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided?
Come on.
So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich towards God. And he said unto his disciples, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, neither for the body what ye shall put on. The life is more than meat, and the body is more than raiment. Consider the ravens, for they neither sow nor reap, which neither have storehouse nor barn, and God feedeth them. How much more are ye better than the fowls?
So wow, that's heavy because the Lord's letting us know in times of tribulation, no matter what you do, you cannot overstore and look out for yourself or be selfish and not look out for your people. Because at the end of the day, all that stuff that he stored up, now who's gonna take it? You understand? The people that's gonna bury him is gonna say, wow, it's a whole storehouse over here full of stuff that he left behind. He ain't lay up treasures in heaven. How could he lay up treasures in heaven? By making sure that he giving alms and looking out for his people. Remember when Christ said, when I was hungry, you fed me. When I was sick, you visited me. When I was in prison, you visited me. When you did this to the least of the brethren, you did it to me. So that's letting you know the least of our people, that's commandment keepers, we must look out for, especially in these last days. All right. That's how you're going to receive the kingdom. That's how you're going to show your faith. All right. Not only giving alms, but looking out for one another as a nation of people. All right. So now let's go to that trailer that I sent. The trailer is the movie Finch. The movie Finch. You watched it? You liked it? It was all right. All right.
Make it.
Not without my team. We do this together. It all happened so fast. There was a solar flare. Goodbye crops and food, goodbye everything. So I did. Frightened and so alone. And I found you. What shall we have? Get your elbows off the table. Get your elbows off the table. All right, you're next. You see, I'm developing something interesting. Giant leap of faith. Now, if you can speak, tell me something about you.
Robots must protect dog.
If we don't go before that storm hits, we'll die, all of us. As soon as you can walk, we're leaving.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
That's falling.
1, 2.
Head west, over the mountains.
Would you like me to drive?
Don't oversteer. That's oversteering.
Sorry.
Ease your foot up just a hair. Perfect. Hey, what's all the fuss?
I learned to talk dog. I don't think it likes me. Come and see this.
Try the RV down. Hang on to something. We should be safe once we get into the mountains. But things will happen. Like 150-degree heat, UV radiation, and people hiding in the shadows. Go now!
Do you think we'll make it?
Not without my team. What we do together.
I believe in you, Fish.
Funny things in it, but I pick up a lot of other things in it. All right, like for one, if you notice, in the aftermath of America's destruction, the white man though he can't be out in the sun no more. That's one thing, right? But this the point. If you noticed, he was alone. He was alone. He had a dog and a robot. You still alone. You have no one to be there with you other than a dog and a robot. He telling the dog, get your feet off the table. Get your elbows off the table. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do you notice Tom Hanks always do a movie about him being alone and with a soccer ball last time, wasn't it? In Castaway. But the point is, you don't want to be that brother or sister that finds yourself alone in times of tribulation, stuck with your dog. Your dog is not your companion. Your dog is not your friend. Stop eating dinner with your dog. All right. So that's showing you that what? We have to be mindful in these last days to be able to gather together. Because if you gather together, you ain't going to find yourself alone. All right. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 4 and 6. You ain't going to find yourself alone. You're going to find yourself with help. All right. If you notice, he was alone, but in that video, he was showing you that he needed help. He needed help. The whether it was when the storm was coming, the tornado or whatever was coming, and he couldn't get that anchor in the ground, he needed help to get it in. All right. I ain't gonna spoil the movie for whoever want to see it. From the beginning to end, he needed help. All right. He needed help. And I don't know why some of y'all think in your mind that when the time come when you need help, you gonna make a robot. You're gonna make a robot to help you. It's not gonna happen. All right, it's not gonna happen, huh? Yeah, you're not gonna, and you ain't gonna be able to train your dog to help you either. All right, come on, read that.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 6. Verse 9.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. Verse 6. Better is a handful with quietness than both the hand full with travail and vexation of spirit.
You see that? So it's showing you, it's a better is a handful with quietness than what?
Than both the hand full with travail and vexation of spirit.
Right. That's talking about getting some help. That's what that's talking about right there. Come on.
Then I returned and I saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he had neither child nor brother, yet there was no end of all his labor.
Damn. You see that? It said there was no end to all his labor. Because when you have some help, the labor's finished faster.
Right.
All right? Don't just try to look for somebody in the day of your tribulation. You better look for somebody that you can help. And look for somebody that can that you can look out for and build a bond with. But you want to look, and then that's another thing too. Israel better be mindful of this too. You looking for your clique. You looking for all these people that's in your little comfort zone that you just jail with on the Sabbath. Nah, that ain't how you move. You gotta show that same friendly spirit to everybody. You gotta be able to do them. Obviously, I'm not talking about when it comes to somebody just Johnny come lately. You know, you starting to see the fruits of the spirit, then yeah, deal with them. Because you never know who the Lord gonna use to be able to help you. All right. It's brothers that I speak with during the week. Actual brothers. I don't even think the brother in the MOV program. He reached out to me. I helped the brother. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. He go, perfect two is better than one story. I had a brother reach out. He said I was helping him with a venture. His venture got off the ground. He called me. He said, Cap, there's another brother in a similar situation. He need help with a venture. Can you help him get off the ground? I said, go ahead, give him my number. He could call me. So when I talked to him, he had a problem that he could not solve unless he had a mentor that could actually take him by the hand and help him, train him. So next thing you know, I said, brother, you probably gonna have to go to Esau to get you some training. Then I said, yo, it's a brother that actually has the experience, but if you pay him enough, y'all can work out a deal. You could train him, and he needs some funds to be able to get to the position you in right now. So you could train him. I mean, he could train you and you could pay him. So you got the money flowing in. Y'all can work together, make the money. You walk away with the training. He walk away with the money to be able to start his business. So we all sat down. We sat down at a spot for them to talk business. We brought our laptops. We went over it. I said, bro, y'all better put this in writing. Yeah, we're going to put it in writing, Cap. Okay, all praises. All praises. Them brothers moving. They said, Cap, man, we talk to each other about 3 hours a day. They said, man, I talk to that brother every day. Matter of fact, I called the brother before I came here. Bro, what's good? You got some progress? Tell me some good news. Oh, this. Okay. All right, bro. I'll see you later. So the point is like we have to look out for one another. It ain't no boundary to say, oh, I'm leadership, you know what I'm saying? My nose is up in the air. I ain't helping nobody. I need somebody to help me. That ain't how we move. That ain't how men of the Most High move. I ain't never seen none of the leadership move like that, ever. So that show you the sense of humility. Like, for example, if I'm down, I'm under the weather, you got deacons and bishops calling me, checking on me. That's humility. You know what I'm saying? Those are men of the Most High. Not to say, oh, I'm sick, I'm supposed to call them. And it's not like that, but I'm just saying, like, I could easily, hey, bishop or deacon or whoever, can you pray for me? You know what I'm saying? I'm not feeling well, whatever the case. But the point is for us to look out for one another, all right, at multiple levels, all right? We all joint heirs together, and that's why you can't have pride on you to not want to help somebody, all right? So come on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 8. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he had neither child nor brother, yet there is no end of all his labor. Neither is his eye satisfied with riches. Neither saith he, for whom do I labor and bereave my soul of good? This is also vanity. Yea, it is a sore travail.
Mm-hmm.
Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor.
You see that? So the Lord is showing us the contrary. He's showing us the cons of being alone, and now he's showing us the pros of being together. All right, showing us the pros of stepping out of our comfort zones and saying to ourselves, okay, what can I do as a nation of people to be able to help my people, get out this predicament? The ones of my people that have been converted and understand the mission. Because you can't say you converted and you still move like you like you don't know, like you ignorant to God's laws. That's not converted. You just in here just going through the motions. You don't want to be converted. You have to humble yourself and be like little children and say to yourself, you know what? In the world, I ain't deal with nobody, but I see this brother that I know left his whole family, friends, all these people that's a bad influence on him, and all he got is us up in here. So you know what? I'm in this predicament too. Let me look out for this brother. You know what I mean? Or let me look out for this sister. You understand? All right, come on.
Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he had not another to help him up.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if two lie together, they have heat. But how can one be warm alone?
You see that? How can one be warm alone? So that's showing you that what? Even how Esau talks about, if you getting hypothermia, you get close to each other to get warmth. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, let's just say, God forbid, we in some situation where, all of a sudden is all the energy cut off in Texas. And then, next thing you know, brothers at their house, an elderly sister at her house, another brother at his house, and ain't nobody got power. So you telling me I'm not going to say, hey, look, I got firewood, come on over. Then next thing you know, you come over, you say, hey, I brought some water. You see what I'm saying? I say, all praises, come on in. You bring the water, then another brother come through. He say, hey, I got some meat for us to eat. You know what I mean? And I got a pan or a pot or a butane burner to cook it in. Guess what? Bring your family. Now we're a happy family. Now we're looking out for one another. You understand? Instead of you over at the house, you got food, but you ain't got no warmth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the other brother, he at the house, he got water. He said, man, I'm about to make me a water sandwich. Air pie and wind pudding. You know what I'm saying? Compared to me, I'm sitting before the fire warm, and I say, man, it'd be good if I had some food to eat and some, you know what I'm saying? You understand? So that's twofold, showing you that one, don't sit around waiting to say, hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna go eat at Chick-fil-A every week. The congregation got food. They got a pantry. Yeah, that pantry for me when I be slothful and not do what I'm supposed to do. No, that pantry is for everybody after your food run out. You understand? That don't mean if you in need at some time, come use the pantry. We gonna all have to contribute to that pantry, whether it's putting in food and taking out food. Because all of a sudden we can have some food that's about to go bad. We got 20 pounds of such and such going back. Guess what? Y'all all better chip in, and we all gonna be eating this week. Because the simple fact is, not only are we rehearsing the righteous acts, we rehearsing not wasting food. Rehearsing not wasting food. Stop being wasteful in Babylon the Great. You understand? Hey, the time of the beast, I'm gonna hit y'all with something heavy. The time of our judgment is over. It's starting to be over. The beast ain't nourishing us no more. Revelation 12. If you get it, you get it. So look, this is the point. When you look at us coming together in these last days, working with each other, there's a benefit. In these last days, there is a benefit. Read, continue. It's some more, right?
Yes, sir. Verse 12. If one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Better, that's it.
All right. So now let's go to Ecclesiastes 12:4. All right. Going back into the perilous times are coming. The perilous times are coming. And before Christ come on the earth, that this place must go through trials and we must be tried. All right. The writing's on the wall, but we have to be mindful and make sure that we doing what we supposed to do. The Most High is going to force us to come together. But some brothers and sisters, if you want to resist to the end, guess what? You're going to have to find out the hard way. Some people going to have to find out the hard way. But some brothers and sisters, they're going to be able to gather together. They're going to say, you know what? I got to come out my comfort zone. I got to. You know, in the world, I ain't deal with nobody. I heard sisters say that before. You know, all women is messy. In the world, I ain't had no friends that was women. All right, we get that, but you ain't in the world no more. Now what? Now what you gonna do? The scriptures say that she's supposed to apply this. So you telling me with no proof you don't think she applying this? The scriptures say charity thinking no evil. So now the ball's in your court. That just ain't show you no reason not to trust her and look out for her, but you made up a reason in your mind because you just not a friendly person. I'm just gonna tell you straight. That's why you in the predicament you in. And that's a cut because at the end of the day, we gotta fix it. We have to fix it. That's what repentance is all about. So go ahead, read that.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 4. And the doors shall be shut in the streets.
You see that? The doors shall be shut in the streets. They say a new variant is coming out. They say they're going into a lockdown. They say the doors shall be shut in the streets. Come on.
When the sound of the grinding is low.
What that mean? That the work is low. That the work is low. The unemployment rate done went up. That it ain't no more jobs. All the jobs went to China. You ain't got no more work. Now you ain't got no way to pay all them damn bills you got, huh? You trying to figure out a way. The place done ran dry. The money done ran dry, but your bills ain't never stopped. You wasn't preparing for the times ahead because you thought this place was going to last forever. You wanted to maintain the state of this world, not understanding that the Lord's kingdom is coming. All right, come on.
And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Mm-hmm. So that's showing you what? Ain't no more, I'm going to show you it's funny about that. Look at what they doing now. Before wicked Thanksgiving came up, they already had them Christmas lights and all this crap out. I seen that crap. I say, here we go again. Oh Lord, they playing the damn music in the grocery stores everywhere. You like, can I go anywhere without listening to this crap? Even my neighbor, they ended up putting some them Christmas lights on the floor, in the lawn, and I had to look at the property line. I say, is that crap in my lawn? On my property line? Let me see. She like to move it. But it wasn't. So I let her get her a pass. You know what I'm saying? But when my son come out and he see it lit up, I say, what's that? He say, it's wicked. You know what I'm saying? I say, there you go. It's wicked. All right, come on.
Verse 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because men go to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets.
You see that? So it's showing you everybody's in an uproar. Everybody's like, something's about to happen. Something's about to happen. Hey, Bob, you want to hang out and have a beer? Nope, I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? Esau getting gray hairs left and right. He said, I'm about to go home and watch City Prepper. Some YouTube guy. He's filling his storehouse. He go die tomorrow. Somebody else gonna use his food. All right, come on.
Verse 6. Or ever the silver cord be loosed, or the golden bowl be broken, or the pitcher be broken at the fountain, or the wheel broken at the cistern.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it.
Come on.
Vanity of vanity, saith the preacher. All is vanity.
You see that? The Lord said, all is vanity. The only thing that ain't vanity is Israel gathering together and working with each other. That's the only thing that's not vanity. Just remember, always remember, if you in doubt of what these scriptures is about, it's about the fall and rise of a holy people. That's what this whole story is about. The fall and rise of a holy people. This greatest adventure book ever written. It's full of adventure and downfalls and uphills, showing what the perseverance of all type of iniquities, the perseverance of these heathens, the perseverance of all these different trials that we gotta have to go through, but we have to go through them to be worthy to be over everything. All right, and we got to go through it together. All right, come on. Read down to verse 10.
Yes, sir. Verse 9. Moreover, because the preacher was wise, he still taught the people knowledge. Yea, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many proverbs.
You see that? So that's showing you that's the only thing that is not vanity. Us being set in order. Us as a nation, these scriptures being made sense to us. All right, come on.
The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
You see that? So that's heavy because at the end of the day, that's why all scriptures is written for our learning. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Just a side note. That's why you got to be mindful of these camps and these other, they are brothers, but they go off when they say, well, Judah had multiple wives. King Solomon had multiple wives, brother. But brother, those are bad examples. What not to do. The Lord was showing us what not to do. But you want to go in the scriptures and find all the bad things to say, see, they did it. But brother, the scriptures, read that part, verse 10 again.
Verse 10. The preacher sought to find out acceptable words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
You see that? Meaning what? Turn our people back upright. Turn our people back to being a moral people, not an immoral people. All right. So give me that one. I got that that trailer, that Book of Eli. That movie's a classic, y'all. That I could say honestly, I want to say that's one of the movies that I actually watched more than twice. And I don't watch too many movies twice. Oh, let me say one more thing too before you play it. If you notice in the trailer, Finch, it's back to the basics. Ain't no internet no more. Ain't no nice car. It's solar. He was using solar, and he was actually staying in a wind turbine. Before he left, he was staying in a wind turbine, and the vehicle that he was using, the big giant RV, was solar. That's the way he made it across the whole part that he was trying to get to his journey. All right. And as he was going, he was going through trying to find food. You heard he said it was no more food. So that's showing you that what? Esau knows. He makes movies about it and puts it in your face. And other Edomites will watch them videos and they say, I got to get my food together. You know what I'm saying? All people are watching it like, this is a stupid movie. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I heard Lizzo got a new track out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, our people are bugged out. You know what I'm saying? So likewise with this movie, The Book of Eli, if you notice, water was very important. The word of the Most High was very important. men played a more leadership role. Meaning what? A lot of you brothers, man, y'all, man, the world did y'all disservice. Y'all just know the video game. Y'all know the brothers know how to know what by memory. They know which one is X, triangle, and square and circle on that video game controller, but they don't know how to change a flat. They don't know how to kill a quail. You know what I'm saying? Harvest some food. You know what I mean? Or do some basic things. You know what I'm saying? We have to get out of that phase. We have to, as men of the Most High, not be ignorant of matters small or great. We got brothers in here that know a lot of different stuff, and brothers got to take advantage of that. All right, y'all brothers got to start crowding around. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I grew up playing video games my whole life. I need some brothers to, teach me. You know what I'm saying? Brothers' hands soft as a damn baby booty. Ain't never touched a tool in their life. That's another topic. We're gonna deal with y'all brothers later. Play that trailer.
30 winters ago, the war tore a hole in the sky. Only a few survived. Our only hope is in my hands. Take off the pack, nice and slow. Put that hand on me again, you won't get it back. Cursed be the ground for our sake. For out of the ground we were taken, and to the dust we shall return. I told you weren't going to get that back.
This little town, just beginning. All we need is that book.
He's different than the others. You're not going to be able to make him do what you want him to do.
This is your last chance. Give it up or I swear I'll bury you.
I don't want any trouble.
Well, that's too bad.
Nobody touches it but me, you understand me?
I love this guy. Shoot him, please.
Teach me.
Put a crew together. We're going after him.
Let's go back inside. Close your eyes.
It's not a book. It's a weapon.
That's a good movie right there. What I noticed in the movie, it definitely was dealing with perilous times, desolate times, the world that we knew being over with and non-existent, and showing you that what we need each other. You notice that about that one sister that when she seen that the Lord was with him, she said, I want to go with you. Can I go with you? And you could teach me. You know what I'm saying? So what I noticed about the movie was perilous times and the word of Most High. That's what I took out of it. So, obviously some bones in there here and there, but the point is, it's for us to strive to work together in travail. All right. So now we're going to speed things up. All right. Let's go to Micah 4:10.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 10. Be in pain.
What the scripture say?
Be in pain.
What did the Bible just say?
Be in pain.
Let's go to Acts 4:22. Scripture say, be in pain. What does the Most High mean for us to be in pain? Come on.
Acts chapter 4, verse 10. Acts chapter 14, verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of God.
You see that? So through much tribulation, we will enter into the kingdom of God. So that's what the scriptures mean by being pain. Let's go back to Micah 4:10.
Micah chapter 4, verse 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth.
Labor to do what?
To bring forth.
Bring forth what? Let's go to Luke 17:20. I told y'all we were speeding up.
Luke chapter 17, verse 20.
Come on.
And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come,
Come on.
he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation.
You see that? It says the kingdom of God cometh not with observation. What does that mean? We have to create, we have to move as a nation. All right. We have to move. All of our people, these are the people that you're going to inherit the kingdom with. You better learn to work with them on this side. All right. We got to move self-sufficient, because when we get to the kingdom, the other nations going to be doing what? Serving us. So what? We got to learn how to move and move in a matter purposeful. All right. Come on.
Verse 21.
No, that's it. Let's go back to Malachi 4:10.
Micah chapter 4, verse 10.
Micah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion.
Come on.
Like a woman in travail.
Like a what?
A woman in travail.
Keep going.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt
Wait. Read it again.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city.
Wait, let me back up. It says, like a woman in travail. Let's go to Revelation 7:1.
Revelation.
Down to verse 4.
Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Holding back war. Come on.
That the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
That's talking about what? The nations. Come on.
And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God.
Come on.
And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads.
So now what is that talking about? That's talking about the 12 tribes of Israel being sealed in correlation to World War III. All right. Meaning the more that our people wake up to this truth and keep God's commandments, the more closer we itch to this world being over. All right. That's the woman in travail. When you look at a woman in travail, it's birth pains. All right. What is it? 5 minutes and 8 centimeters, sisters? Am I right? I'm close, right? Something like that. 5 minutes apart and 8 centimeters or 4 centimeters. Which one? I know you got a lot of kids. Tell me which one it is. I said, all right. So let's go back to Micah.
Chapter 4, verse 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt even go to Babylon.
Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:48. It said we're going to go even to Babylon. We're going to read verse 48. We're going to jump down to verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger, and thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Jump down to verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there you shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So that's why the scriptures say that we would go even to Babylon. We're going to go forth out of the city, be put out of Jerusalem, and do what? Cast out into 70 AD and scatter throughout the lower parts of Africa and do what? It get carried away captive into Babylon, right? Let's go back to Micah 4.
Micah 4 and 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail.
Come on.
For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt even go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies.
Let's go to Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. It said, we're going to go forth out of Babylon, and there shall thou be redeemed. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud.
You see that? It says what? And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and what?
And their enemies beheld them.
So let's read Micah 4:10, the latter part. There
the Lord shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies.
You see that? So that's showing you that what? There shall we be delivered in the midst of our enemies. That's why the scriptures say, and our enemies beheld us. Now read verse 11.
Verse 11. Now also many nations are gathered against thee. They say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion.
So what does that mean? That's showing you these nations don't want to see us come together. They don't want to see us delivered. And that's exactly why we have to fight. Let's go back to Zephaniah 2:1. We have to fight to put our nation back together. We got to come out of our comfort zone. We got to do things that we're not comfortable doing. We got to learn to be amongst each other, learn how to work together, and learn how to be able to know that the substance that's in your hand is worthy to be in your brother and sister's hands as well. All right. If you have the strength to give it. Come on.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Come on.
Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
You see that? So we have to gather together before the judgment. All right. And with that, I say shalom.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.